From Cakeland, this is Emmy award-winning Cake News.
Do you struggle with maybe brain fog or mental fatigue? Are you afraid of developing Alzheimer's in your later years? Here to help us out and how to improve our brain health is a man with more than 30 years experience in natural medicine practice. He's a doctor and he's an author. Jay Sordane, he is here to tell us what we need to know about our brains.
As you know, Ronald Reagan, Margaret Thatcher, and Nelson Mandela all had Alzheimer's. They're very famous people, but 1 in 8 Americans has Alzheimer's. It's a tragedy, it's an epidemic, and 1 in 3 people actually dies with dementia.
Which you hear about it a lot now, but I think there's even maybe a smaller scale or a lower scale of people just difficulty with brain fog, mental fatigue, something that maybe people are battling at home on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Many, many people have that. And so there are 3 things that I talk about that are important to think about. The first I call the John Belushi. He was a very large man, a comedian, but these kind of brain conditions are not a laughing matter. So if you want to pick up the 5 pounds of fat there...
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That's a lot of fat.
It's a lot of fat, isn't it? That's very heavy. And so and then you can, if you want to pick the brain up, great. So the more fat we have, the smaller the brain becomes. And so that is one of the key things that we have to keep track of is too much fat, smaller brain.
There's a link to Alzheimer's with your weight, okay?
The second thing I call the Prince Charles. And Prince Charles, in some of the pictures, his teeth don't look that good. And so on the skull here, and then we have teeth here. And so if the teeth are inflamed and have infection, then that can eventually go up into the nose. It can go in the sinuses into the brain and weaken the brain.
Wow.
So actually good dental care is very important, something people can do to help prevent dementia and brain fog.
And you don't even think about that.
No, people don't think about that.
Okay.
And then the third thing is, we call the Three Stooges. The Three Stooges used to have these injuries to their head. They run into walls, and as a child, I used to laugh. And it was really funny, but actually it's no laughing matter. Because over time, those accumulate and can cause damage to the meninges and the brain itself. So what we do, we use neurological relief center technique. We use acupuncture, a variety of different things to help open that back up so that the blood flow is getting into the brain.
And that's when you fear with football as a younger child or older. Yes,
exactly.
We hear a lot about that.
Which is why all the emphasis on preventing these kind of injuries in young students and young athletes is in the forefront of a lot of athletic programs.
You're here in Kansas for a conference on brain function. You've also written a book, and people can get this in November and learn more about the brain and how to improve their brain function.
That's exactly right. They can go to superbrain-thebook.com, and they can get a book that goes through more detail of what we're talking about today, and also they can go online and fill out a survey that I will interpret then and give them feedback on whether early stages of brain degeneration are occurring and what they can do to help.
Okay, we want to let you know if you'd like more information about improving brain health, or you would like the doctor's book, you can go to KAKE.com, click on Find It. There's a link right there for you with more information. We'll be right back.